Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and in this video, we're going to be having a look at Frog's Truck. It's a bit of a generic title, don't you think? Now, it is a little bit expensive at $120,479. However, I assume that it will be worth it. Now, I have not played around with this truck yet at all whatsoever, but let me know in the comment section down below if you have, and also if you're excited for this truck to, potentially make it to consoles later on down the road. And if and when it does, I will update the description with a updated explanation of not only a mod link to the PC mod, but I will put confirmation down there if and when this truck makes it to consoles. So with that being said, let's go ahead and pick it up and see what this thing has to offer. Now, you start out with sort of a standard height, which standard-ish, it's going to be a little bit of a lift, and you've got some big boggers underneath this thing, big boggers, and let's see, so we have upgraded, performance, and we have stock, so you got A-, and then 2 different levels of S+. I'm going to go with the performance right off the bat because I am on a testing map at the moment, Super Truck Stadium. However, if I was to use this on any of the default maps, I would most likely go with either the stock A- power level or potentially the upgraded. Upgraded would probably get it around the level of a fully maxed out base game Scout vehicle. Now, gearbox-wise, you got stock, highway, and off-road. For our purposes, we are going to be running the off-road box. We may test it out on the track, and if we do that, we will definitely go for the highway box, but we're going to start with the off-road box for sure. Now, suspension-wise is where it gets very interesting. So you've got stock, lifted, stock tow, lifted tow, crawler, and Flexi Boy. Now, those of you that are familiar with Frog's mods know how these different suspensions work. Obviously, the Flexi Boy is not going to necessarily be quite as high as the Crawler. The Crawler is really going to get you that highest lift. However, the Flexi Boy is really good if you're wanting to take on some trails and really get all the articulation that this thing might have to offer. So, I'm actually going to start with lifted tow, because lifted tow is a very interesting one to me, and I want to see how that translates to sort of actually having some weight behind it. Now, tires-wise, we've got 41-inch boggers, 43-inch boggers, 45-inch boggers, and 47-inch boggers. Now, I think for this height and for this suspension type, I'm going to go with the 43-inch boggers. However, the 47 for one, is a very odd tire size, but I think it will work really well here with the appropriate suspension in use. Now, let's see. You've got 1 winch. That's all you get. And let's see. Gooseneck hitch in the bed. Definitely going to go with that. KMC L1s, which look really good on this truck and are fully bead locked. And then we also have our color palette. Whoa! So I guess that only changes the color of the interior. Okay, that's kind of weird. So you've got this camo thing going on the exterior, and then it's up to you to decide the interior color. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I kind of like the ability to be able to change the exterior color, but then again, that may be something that he might change in the future. So I'm gonna go with a yes, I know. Well, oh my god, I didn't even realize that changes the color of the wiper blades as well. What? Okay, and the springs. Okay, that's pretty sick. Alright, I can dig that. It changes the color of the interior accents, the springs, dude, that goes all the way down to, you can see that color in the cup holders, the little shift boot for the 4-wheel drive shifter. Oh, that's really cool, actually. I'm gonna definitely go with blue on that one. Unfortunately, we cannot put beans in it at this present moment in time, but fingers crossed that will hopefully change later on down the road. And actually, if you look here, one of the really cool things about this truck is that's a factory-looking bumper with a winch in it, and those that are, I guess, sort of not a little bit more than average knowledge of Dodge trucks, that is very Power Wagon-esque, which is really cool. So now, let's go ahead and take this thing outside and see what it's about. Now, wow, okay, so you've got the storage boxes and the bed and everything. Again, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of being restricted to just one exterior color. However, the fact that we've got this thing here in the game, freaking great. Absolutely freaking great. So let's fire it up. Sounds amazing. Now, let's go ahead and get the tools off screen, and I really do want to see how it drives. Now, even on the lifted towing suspension, we can still actuate the active suspension modes. And that, wow, that's a lot of lift, especially for a towing-based suspension. That's a lot of lift. So let me bring it back down real quick. And I'm going to transfer us just over here real quick. Let me move us to kind of where we're nearby some of these other trucks. And then we will go ahead and shut it off. And then we'll bring up the virtual garage. And let's go through, let's see. So we've got lifted gooseneck and standard gooseneck. Definitely going to need the lifted gooseneck. Now, I would not personally recommend using this truck in high mode with the gooseneck, although it can be done. It's a little, well, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Okay, so it's not quite as bad as I thought it would be, but it's still a little bit sketchy. Now, let me go ahead and load this up and actually see what it looks like with some proper cargo on the back there. So let's lower the ramps down. And I'm going to spawn in just a couple of vehicles, nothing too crazy, and we'll load them up and see how they do. Now, we'll go into create mode real quick, and I'm actually thinking Cat Eye Trail Rig would be perfect for this. Cat Eye Trail Rig would absolutely be perfect for this. And then we'll probably throw a, let's see, we'll probably throw a side-by-side on there as well. And just go ahead and click done. And now, I'm going to go into the map, because that way I can just move very, very easily. I want that side-by-side to drop in. There we go. I want the physics to activate. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to get the physics to fully activate. And then the vehicles look weird, just kind of hanging out, like, in this weird, like, suspended state. I love this gooseneck, though. This gooseneck has always been a favorite of mine. Easy. Definitely a classic in terms of, like, the entire mod community, really. So stop engine. Swap to, after I get through all of those TUZ 108 Warthogs, swap over to the side-by-side. I know it's in, like, small tire mode right now, but we're just going to go ahead and get it up on the trailer. It goes up just fine anyway. There we go. Actually, this trailer perfectly fits a side-by-side and a full-size truck. Like, one side-by-side and one full-size truck. I think that's so cool. All right, so let's fire you back up. That towing suspension, you can tell it's sinking a little bit, but not all that much. And the cool thing about it is that after we pack the trucks, raise the ramps, if the ramps want to actually work. Come on, ramps. Hey, there we go. There we go. Okay, so they're there. And then now, if I change the suspension mode and bring it up, that's not too bad. That's not too bad, really. Like, I've got to say, it's a little bit... Oh, it's actually... Is it pushing the truck a little bit? It is! Oh, it's being pushed under the weight. Oh, that's awesome. Whoa, okay, that pulled the front axle off the ground. Maybe we should be in low mode. Maybe we should be in low mode. It still pulls the front axle off the ground. So, I guess if it pulls the front axle off the ground in both modes, don't worry about it. Dude, what an absolutely incredible looking rig. Let's see how the lights look. Dude, look at that. That's awesome. That is really, 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 really sick looking. Let's go into first-person view for a moment. And, oh no! Oh, no cockpit! Okay, well, maybe that's something that'll come in a future update. Now, what's cool about this, though, is that we currently have the off-road box in this thing, and it's a 6-speed in automatic mode. That's really respectable. That makes me wonder how many gears it's got in the highway box. Easy does it. Now, part of me wants to raise the suspension up and actually try to haul with it off-road, but I feel like that will go bad very quickly. But you know what? Just because we're here and we have the option of doing it and we've tested its towing capacity on, you know, just like a normal road, why not? It's an option, and it's diff lock always on, all-wheel drive always on. It may or may not make it, like, over the first obstacle. Let's see. Drag the trailer a little bit, but... Oh! Oh my god! Oh, I see what it is. It's the rear lip of the trailer. We're gonna have to fix that with the winch. That's gonna drag. That's gonna drag bad. Oh my god. Help! 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 Oh my... Jeez! Can you get, like, your front axle back on the ground? That would be preferred. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's a little sketchy. All right, I'm going to unpack trucks, and I'm going to detach the trailer, definitely, And now I'm going to recover this guy, and we're going to go into a little bit more of a crawler-based mode. So let's go for the 45-inch boggers this time. And suspension is going to be Flexi Boy. And now, we'll probably just leave the gooseneck hitch in the back, just so we have that option there, you know? And, ooh, I actually forgot to do the highway box, because I want to hit a jump first. I just want to see what happens if we hit a jump first. Why is... Oh, I see, because it's selected. That makes sense. Let's see. One high. And, okay, 7 speeds in automatic. That should get us over the jump for sure. How high does the Flexi Boy go? That goes properly freaking high. That goes really, really high. Let's see if we can do it in the lower mode for the Flexi Boy suspension, because even the lower mode is still pretty dang high. It's quick. Definitely quick with the max performance tune. It's really, really quick. All right, let's turn in, and I'm going to just get straight into it. There we go, 6th gear. Oh, my God, easy. And no damage. Wow. Oh, no. I tried to, like, hey, it's perfect. Don't worry about it. I tried to, like, nail a drift around that corner, and I'm like, we had literally the perfect angle, but the tires just decided, nope. Well, the tires are weird, because the tires in this game are like, we have no lateral grip until you touch the sidewall, and then we have every last bit of grip you could ever need in the entire world, and we're going to flip you over. It's a very weird system with the tire grip. Let's see if we can make this in high. Oh, yeah, we absolutely can. Dude, if I was racing somebody on this track in this truck, I would just lock the thing in high. High range is perfect. You can get, like, mad grip around these corners, too. That's awesome. I did not expect this thing would be such a good race truck, but it is. It's like a hauler, trail rig, race truck, all in one package, really. That's amazing. Now, I do want to see if I was to do just a little bit of crawling right here. I know it's not technically an obstacle, but I'm going to recover. And I just realized that why would I mess with that when I can use the crawling obstacle over here? That makes absolutely no sense, and I'm glad I realized that before I started doing it. Turn. Thank you. All right, let's see how you do through here, bud. And let me actually go ahead and go into high mode. The suspension, actually, for being considered the Flexi Boy suspension, it seems a little soft in high, or sorry, a little stiff in high mode, but I feel like if I put it into low mode, it would probably flex more. It feels like it flexes a little bit more. I guess it would be one of those things where you would adjust the mode to the given scenario as you were going down a trail, which it really is the total benefit of active suspension, in my opinion. And the crazy part about it is, this is the highway box. I mean, the highway box, you can still crawl with the highway box because you've got low minus, standard low, and low plus. Whatever you want to use. And they're all plenty slow enough to actually put the power down on some technical obstacles, I think. Now, does that mean the off-road box is useless? No, because the ratios in the off-road box are a little different, and if you're somebody that likes to leave it in automatic mode, especially when you're towing a trailer, if you were on, say, for example, the Yukon maps or the Wisconsin maps or something like that, I definitely still think the off-road box would be my go-to. But in a situation like this on a testing map, the highway box is awesome considering the fact that it's got access to all the low ranges as well as an extra gear in automatic. Not bad at all. God, what a great truck. And it's just one of those trucks that it's like you gotta love it, you know? You've gotta love a truck that's got all of these different approaches it can take to a scenario. It can be your objective-based hauling truck. It can be a truck that you take down a difficult trail map with your friends. It can be a truck that you use, literally it can be a truck that you use in any given scenario and come out of it in a good situation. There's really no situation that I would see this truck not being able to handle. There's genuinely, really, truly no situation that I feel like this thing couldn't handle, given the customization options that you have on offer. And not only the customization options, but the active suspension modes that can literally tailor this truck in an instant to any situation you might encounter. Now, that was a little bit of an oof on my part because, oh god, all right. I love how we throw, like, we get a little bit of damage and then we throw it in high and then the truck's like, yeah, you can have all the damage now. There we go. Wow, okay. I mean, see, that's the weird thing, is that it gets damage in odd situations, and then you take it through something like that, and it's like, nah, bro, I'm not even gonna get any damage. And I'm like, okay. Like, I don't know why, but all right. Like, you're weird, but okay. All right, let's see if we can get it to fly over this jump. There we go. That's 6th gear. Not quite as far as I thought it would go, but you know what? We got it in high, and if you're slamming down on that front axle in high, well, I should say, if you're slamming down on that front axle and you know you're going to hit it hard, throw it in high, and that way you'll actually be able to pull the front end forward, and that'll kind of settle the truck down. But I absolutely love this thing, and I definitely hope that it makes its way to consoles in the future. I definitely think that it has the potential to. Now, do we know whether or not that's going to happen? We don't know right now as of recording this video. However, I will update the video description. Like I said in the beginning, I will update the video description with any and all info, and I will also put a pinned comment if anything changes in regards to this truck's console status. So, with all that being said, hope you all enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, please do leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.